What's brewing in the boroughs?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Do
a
it.
community event this weekend gives you, me, all of us, a chance to get outside and meet our neighbors. It's called The Longest Table.
I love this. The initiative was born 4 years ago in Chelsea, and it's spread throughout the country in more than 30 cities. And now you've got 4 opportunities in the next month to attend a neighborhood potluck. And if you don't see your neighborhood on that map right there, good news, you can organize one for your neighborhood.
Phew. I can't wait. Joining us with all the details is co-founder of The Longest Table, Miriam Benick-Haram. Welcome to New York Living.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your smile and your whole being is just joy. You were watching the video, and I could just see your face light up. Yes, be proud of yourself, please, because you started this mess. Well, thank you.
You know, I love all good messy things. And the thing that's amazing is that really other people throw the tables, right? We had this idea, 4 years ago thought, why don't we know our neighbors? We just tried it. We rented tables and chairs, placed them down 21st Street, and invited neighbors to a potluck, and 500 people showed up.
Whoa.
And now we get 2,000. But last year, 50 happened across the country, 15 in New York, across the different boroughs. And what I love is that each one feels unique to the neighborhood in which it happens. So, for example, this one this weekend in Brooklyn Heights that's organized by Kim and Lara and the Brooklyn Heights Association is very Brooklyn Heights. But then the one that happens in Harlem is very Harlem, right? There's line dancing and a barbecue pit. And when it happens in Gotham Park, there's skaters. So every neighborhood has a character, and because it comes from within the neighborhood, thrown by neighbors for neighbors, it's very much authentic to the community that actually hosts it.
Why do you think it took off so much? Why do you think people gravitated towards it so much? We've discussed that we just don't know our neighbors enough, and we wish we knew them better. Why do you think people were like, yeah, this is the way?
Well, it's really a simple idea. Anybody can do a table, right? And by the way, it's not that we invented potlucks. It's just that there's a framework. We give you a toolkit. We coach you to be able to answer your questions, right? And your table can be for 20 people, or it can be for 2,000 people. Right. The point is just to set the table and invite everyone in.
It had the potluck has a glow up. Okay, brass tacks. How does this work? Because I know, being a member of the PTA, I get stressed out because it's like, who's on cleanup? Who's cleaning? Who's collecting the money? What are you baking? What is
Marisol, I see a longest table in your future. Just to be clear,
you just made me
you know, I mean, the truth is, it just takes one person to initiate, and then get a couple of people who want to do it with them, and then you actually invite people in. The magic of the longest table is that it's about participation. It's not you throwing it for people; it's you inviting other people to throw it together. Okay. Right. So in Chelsea, for example, we decide about 6 or 8 weeks out, we get the permit from SAPO, and then we invite people to participate. So for about 6 weeks, we have an organizing committee. People I don't know show up every year, and they take the baton, and I say it's grace and trust. They may not do it the way I would, but they do it in a way, and it doesn't matter. It's not about perfect. It's just about inviting people to participate. Whether you bring food, or you do the cleanup, or you know, you organize the marketing committee to make sure that you flyer and let neighbors know.
Interesting. What's the most surprising place that you've seen the Longest Table pop up? Is there a place you're like, wait, what? They're doing it there?
I mean, honestly, I've seen it in small towns, in big towns, Chicago, Kansas City. One of my favorites is a teacher in Clinton, New York, did it as a class project for her 7th grade class. That class organized a Longest Table for the entire middle school of 5th, 6th, and 7th graders. They had a Zoom call. They had us on. They'd put little brands on their cups. They then actually did a website, shared stories and recipes, and one of those young women, Nora, is actually giving a TED Talk. Like, if that's not heartwarming, I don't know what is.
Come for
That's so good.
Corn muffins.
Stay for the TED Talk.
Holy cow. Okay. Is there a bigger goal in the future? Because I suspect you started this just because you felt like it was probably bubbling within you and you wanted to do it.
It was just an idea. I didn't quite know if it was going to work, but I wasn't going to leave a stone unturned. And with 8 neighbors, we literally flyered. We put flyers under cars. This is New York. You can get a permit, but you have to ask your neighbors to move their cars, right? And there were many people who rolled their eyes like, lady, you're all kinds of crazy. But I was flyering every time I walked the dog, right? So was Jim, so was Dara, so was everybody else who participated. So my big dream for a few years, not just mine, actually, everybody I say this to becomes part of this, we're going to manifest it, is doing one across the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's
okay,
doable.
there you go. So, Mayor Mondami, we need you to actually help us make one happen across the Brooklyn
They
Bridge.
shut down the bridges for big races.
That's
They
right.
shut down the
Correct.
bridges
That's
for
correct.
UN sometimes. No reason that can't be done.
And you don't
We're
need
with you.
taxpayer dollars. There's many people who would actually help fund it. 7,000 people sharing a meal together across the Brooklyn Bridge. You know, the bridge that was built by so many hands and really, as Ken Burns says, is the Piazza of New York.
That's right.
You don't have to say bridging divides.
Let me know how you need my help.
Yeah.
Come on in. We're going to ask the mayor.
I'll get
we
that
need
mayor
the
right here.
All right, we need the mayor to come in.
You, right here.
We'll put him on the spot. He just dropped a new budget, so we can tell him, look, this is free. This is free. We don't even need the budget.
No taxpayer dollars
That's right.
needed.
That's
Nice.
right. What is happening this weekend? Because this is Brewing in the Boroughs. It's where we like
That's
to tell our
correct.
viewers what they can do this weekend for fun and for food.
There is an amazing longest table on the 16th in Brooklyn Heights. It's from 12:30 to 2:30. They are expecting a lot of people. They've set a table and invited people to come. And it's on a street, so you may not actually be able to get a free ticket now.
Right.
Although I do say people, as we all know, when we throw events, don't show up.
Yep.
So if you take your chances, you can come, bring a chair. People last year brought blankets and just set them down. They sat on stoops. I say, if somebody shows up at your house and you don't have a chair, you pull up the piano
That's
bench,
right.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
the ethos. Everybody has a chair. Come to Brooklyn Heights. There's one in Greenpoint. There's one in Astoria. There's one in Jackson Heights coming up. You can go to the website or the Instagram account and find out when the next one is coming up. And by the way, you can also then host your own.
I love it. I'm here for all of it. I love how inclusive it is. I love how it brings people together. Miriam, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
for being
for
here
having
and
me.
for kicking this off. If you would like to host an event or attend one of the upcoming potlucks, head over to thelongesttablecommunity.org and get all the details.
I'm here for that Brooklyn Bridge business.
I know. We'll make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Oh my God.